All right,
Yeah.
so you just want to start talking about topics.
Sure. Start going.
I
Whatever
wanted
you
to
want to
talk
talk
about.
about.
I wanted to talk about. I've got all sorts of things that you can participate in, but let me just rant a little bit at the
Sure.
beginning about Odd Taxi, which is an anime that just ended yesterday.
Odd Taxi? Is it like
Yes.
Crazy Taxi?
No, it's not Crazy Taxi. It's Odd Taxi.
Okay.
Odd
Maybe I'll look
Taxi.
up a bit.
It. I mean, the. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that. It's a spoiler for like episode 7. It's not a major spoiler, but I won't say it anyway. It's just such a. It's just such a good anime. It like.
Hmm.
It's really well crafted.
Mm-hmm.
Like to give you an idea of like how genuinely intriguing it is. There's an episode. I won't spoil too much about it, but the entire episode is about a background character. I don't mean a side
Nice.
character. I do not mean a side character. I mean a character that appeared once in the background of a shot. And it's
Hmm.
like their episode. And that episode sometimes is more interesting than the mainline story, you know?
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
kind of interesting.
it's such
I like
a
that.
well-crafted anime. And the last episode, it's breathtaking because like so many things get revealed and so much interesting like it's already an interesting series that has you on the edge of your seat for the most part just because like its story is compelling. But then in the last
Yeah.
episode, it does bring it all together in a really wonderful way. And so I just wanted to fangirl about it for a little bit. I've heard some people, specifically in the comment section of the streaming service that I watched it on, say that they legitimately think like it's the best anime of the last decade, even though it
Hmm.
technically
Well,
came out in this decade.
you know what you just did? You made me write down my anime list, so
It's a good
I will
one.
watch it.
It's also
It's in my thing.
it's really fun. I mean, compared to the other animes this season, I liked a good couple of them, but Odd Taxi is like a gem. It's so
Mm-hmm.
good. And I like just before all the other topics, I wanted to talk about how much I love Odd Taxi. It's
Well,
really
that's
fun.
good.
It's really fun.
It's
It's
good to talk a lot about what you like.
the characters are so compelling, which is the exact reason why a background character could carry an entire episode because
Mm-hmm.
they just make them that interesting, that compelling.
Damn.
It's fun. Anyone who's seen it will be able to tell you how like
Mm-hmm.
just fun it is as an anime.
Yeah. Well, I don't know when I'll be able to watch it, but hopefully eventually, because
Yeah,
I
it's
mean I have
definitely
my
sorry.
my anime watching schedule is kind of everywhere and nowhere
Yeah,
at the same time.
I know you say that you don't watch seasonal animes, but this one literally just finished, and I think it's definitely worth a binge.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, Odd Taxi is an anime that has a lot of revelations in it, and so having seen the last episode, I feel very compelled to rewatch the whole thing again, just
Hmm.
because it would improve the experience because of how many twists and turns there are. It would
Yeah.
actually be fun to watch it a second time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just I really liked it, and that's why I wanted to talk about it a little bit. It hit me really hard in how
Mm-hmm.
how I mean I knew it was good when I was watching it, but the last episode really like sold it, brought it home, and you were like, okay, this used to be a 9 out of 10, and now I can safely say it's 11 because the last episode was great.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Odd Taxi. It's a real fun one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll definitely try to soon. There's so many things I need to watch. Like, okay, let me go on my own tangent for like 2 minutes to talk about what I mean by what stuff I watch. So at the current moment, I am watching Rent a Girlfriend, which in its own right, something.
I like Rent a Girlfriend. Listen,
It's
I
it's a good anime. It's
I
fine. I
I
really like its art.
actually I'm gonna defend Rent a Girlfriend just a little bit. You can say whatever you want about it. There's all sorts of things that people say about it, and I hear some people say that Kazuya is a piece of shit. And honestly, I'm not going to deny that, but
Yeah.
I really liked Rent a Girlfriend. I thought it was very compelling. I
think
don't
it's a good story.
I
think
do.
it's a good
That's
story.
what
I
I think of
think
Rent a Girlfriend.
the art is beautiful. Like, I will give it that. The art, 10 out of 10. I just love the art style. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Characters themselves, I mean, they're well written. It's just Kazuya's he's just like I constantly while watching you just want to punch him in the face like
Okay.
at every moment because he just says such stupid cringy things that like as a normal person like of course as an anime protagonist it makes sense. I'm not aware of
Yeah.
that. I am very much aware that this is typically how the main protagonist is written as. It's just in this situation, I feel like there's just a better way to act, and the issue is he doesn't act in a way that makes sense. He acts too protagonistically and too self-centered and too like every other stuff, which makes me just constantly hate him, and it also makes me kind of dislike a lot of the girls and how they kind of perceive things too. But I don't know. I haven't finished it yet, so I can't really have a finite decision on my view on it. But I will say Kazuya rated A dick material. Not as good, not as bad as Makoto from School Days though. School Days will be infamously known as having the worst main character.
Apparently,
Okay.
apparently that's a terrible main character. I have never seen School
Oh
Days.
my. If you ever wanted to see a main character that makes you genuinely want to like do things you should never say out loud, then that's the kind of anime you watch. It is what Kazuya does is nothing, absolutely nothing compared to what the fuck Makoto does.
So I'd like to say something that
Mhm.
you may dislike me after I say this. I don't try to defend Kazuya's actions, but I do actually think he's kind of cute.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't. Think
Whenever
it's
he
cute,
does
but...
something, even if it's like a little bit shitty, I don't try to defend it and say like, oh, that was right. But like, I kind of understand why, in his own mind, he would have done that.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. It's
I
the one
think
thing
he's kind of cute. I think he's kind of cute. Is that wrong? Am I bad?
No, I don't think it's bad. I think it's just bolting up the taste, I guess.
Yeah.
My only like gripe about his like personality, other than it being pretty cringy, is that he's written as a character that's only real personality trait is that he's a virgin.
Yeah, no, that is his only personality
that's
trait.
It's such a bad personality. Like I've seen so many anime that have that, but they at least elaborate it and make the person grow. I've gone through halfway through the series and he hasn't grown once. He's still the same virgin he was in episode 1, and he has not understood anything of what has happened. he just wants to get laid. Which, I mean, that's true. Guys just want to get laid. That's fair. But at the same time, make him grow as a character. This is a romantic comedy. Make him more interested in the actual women he's into, other than just sex appeal.
I feel like, me personally, when I watched it, I felt a little bit less of that, even though I know exactly what you're talking about, and I did feel it. I felt it a little bit less, but I cannot even begin to describe how horrible the situation with Ruka is, where he basically treats her like she does not exist.
Yeah. Ruka, which character was Ruka again? Was it the black haired girl with the blue ribbon? Oh, okay. I just got to her being shown in the series. I'm halfway through.
So you're only halfway through.
Yeah.
Ruka, from my perspective, is a very likable character. I feel like some people don't like her because of the way that she's introduced. But I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I guess.
I'll tell you fucking what. Kazuya treats her like shit and doesn't even care. That's it. That's all, like, for the entirety of the series. He treats her like shit and acts like it doesn't matter. That's a thing that he does.
No wonder she's best girl in most people's eyes.
Some people might try to defend it, or a little bit, by saying that like it's not appropriate for them to have in a relationship. And what I need them to know is that he can say that without absolutely fucking shitting on her like he does. He can be a responsible and respectful adult while also not being mean, but he chooses not to.
Yeah, it's that weird. I don't know. I haven't experienced it myself, other than the first episode that she's in, which I guess in that situation I guess is warranted. But I feel like I don't know. It's so I feel watching the series. I realize more about the characters, and it's interesting to see how they interact. I'm mostly just working up to the last girl, the fourth girl in the series, because she seems the most interesting and probably the one that I'd probably like the most.
You
Because
mean?
all the other girls, I don't really like that much.
I mean, yeah. I like Mizuhara a little bit.
She's cute. I'll give you
She's
that.
not my
She's
favorite,
a
but I kind of no. I'm not even talking about cute. I think that she's got a very motherly vibe, and I like that about her.
that's fair. Yeah, yes, that is true.
I feel like that's also the reason why she tolerates Kazuya so much. Kazuya
Yeah.
Kazuya may be a little bit of a shit, but he also has a very childlike quality to him, which I feel
Hmm.
like the narrative tries to push that like Mizuhara kind of wants to baby him a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She wants to like
But
take care of him in that way.
the other, yeah, I feel like that is as the series is going on. In the beginning, I kind of just felt like it was just like a weird kind of thing where it's just like the only thing that she was seeing in the beginning was literally just dollar signs. Like that is that it to rent a girlfriend, your occupation is to be someone's girlfriend, obviously. So no matter what you do, whatever feelings are felt, at the end of the day, you're getting paid. So like the reason why she goes out of her way so much in the beginning is because yeah, she's getting paid to do so. But then like
Yeah.
over the series, she starts to like get kind of gain feeling. It's weird. It's really slow. I will say that she's like
It's
really
extremely
defiant.
slow.
She's really
She
defiant on ever accepting any kind of feelings.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. By
But I
the
guess that makes sense
by
as
the
like a
end of
capitalist.
the end of the anime, around the point where the anime ends, the like maximum amount of feeling she feels is like Kazuya is my close friend.
God
she's
damn, I'm gonna have to
she's super
freaking read the
slow.
manga. I'm gonna have to read the manga, like speed run it, because like
Mm.
holy crap. I want to see how this ends, but at the same time, I'm very much aware that it's probably going to be very disappointing. But I'm okay with that.
I feel like you will probably be disappointed in the manga because I've only gotten to I think like 20 chapters after the anime ends, and I will
Mhm.
tell you, your favorite girl gets so little screen time.
God damn it.
She's treated like a background character a lot of the time.
I hate how I always like the background characters. I hate
Yeah.
it.
I always
I always do this.
when I watch things like harems, I always like the second best girl. That is the girl that's the
Yeah,
second most likely to win, and so
exactly.
I usually lose.
Yeah, like
I've been on a winning streak recently.
really?
Yeah, because the harems I was reading recently were like Gotobun and Bokuben, and Bokuben there is no definitive. I probably shouldn't spoil that.
Yeah, probably not.
I
mean,
I won't go
we're
on.
it's not necessarily just for me, but also for chat.
But yeah,
I'm,
I also won't spoil Gotobun, but my favorite girl won, and everyone was salty about it, and your tears taste great.
nice. Like I guess I don't know. There's I could talk about so many different I probably shouldn't say just because of chat spoiling stuff, but I could talk about like really old harem animes, but I don't know. It's kind of again that's not even that
All the old
noticeable.
harem animes are like worse. Like with new harem animes, there's like some implicit misogyny and stuff, but you can kind of see how the characters actively call it out, maybe even just a little bit. But then you
Yeah,
have
it's
old
getting
harem
better.
animes. There's one old harem manga that I was reading recently where the main character's shtick, his whole thing, is that he only respects women for their body parts. It's
What
that
the
bad. It's
what the
that bad.
hell?
It is
That's so
bad.
bad. Oh
That's
my
harem animes
jeez.
from like before 2010, maybe like a Chernobyl level hazard.
I mean, I don't think all of them are, but there are definitely those few. I will definitely agree that there
Mhm.
are those kinds of harem animes that are just they just are really they don't they don't talk about or they don't really give much character to the females because the only character that they have is that you're gonna screw one of them. Good
Mhm.
luck, protag.
I mean,
Like I can think, yeah,
I'll say this for fairness' sake. The reverse harems are all really pretty good. I read
yeah,
like I'm a big fan of the harem genre, and that includes reverse harems, obviously. But like, reverse harems are always just slightly better, or maybe not even slightly. They just like some of the implicit things that they assume are a lot better than with a lot of harem, like traditional harems, and they
Mhm.
also feel really genuine. A lot of so like reverse
Yeah.
harems. Reverse harems are always nice. I read.
Mhm.
I feel like I should probably read more of them simply because of the traditional harems that I've read recently. Only two of them have ended well, I'd say, and the other ones either were just too old so that they were really backwards, or they haven't ended. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I definitely can agree with you that like a lot of reverse homos are typically written better because like it's just they write better characters. It's
Yeah,
just the
they
characters
do
are just
write
written
better
better.
characters. They
Like
do write better characters.
I'm trying to think. Like I would say for myself, when a while ago, I used to be much more of a harem fan than I am now. I'm more of just a
Mm-hmm.
generic romantic comedy kind of guy. I like romance in general, but like harms, it's hit or miss sometimes because again, I've watched so many that a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the time they just feel so generic to me. So I
Yeah.
like to spice it up a bit. But what was the last one I watched? Like actually watched? I think when supernatural battles become commonplace. That was the one that I actually watched. Because there's other animes I watched recently that are technically harem, but like they're not really harem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Um,
I know exactly what you mean with the like pseudo. I call them pseudo harems, just because like
yeah.
they so badly want to be a harem, but there's something holding them back. There's a lot of them
Mhm.
where the thing holding them back is that the guy has a girlfriend, which has some weird implications. The fact that the guy would have multiple love interests even though he's like dating someone.
See,
And
that's where we get into certain animes that I will say that make that much more entertaining, which would be like things like To Love Ru,
the
where it's the whole stupid fact of, oh wait, if I become the god of the universe, I can
mhm.
just date everyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, obviously there's some element of, I don't even know if it's worth mentioning, but I guess I'll mention it just to counter it. There's some element of like polyamory a little bit, but usually the girlfriend in these mangas is depicted as being against it, which is pretty fucking bad. Like,
Yeah.
to continue once you know that.
Yeah, I will say, I brought up Delivery before. It's the opposite. It's the guy that's against the polyness.
Hmm.
It's one of the girls that's forward with the being
That's something I
polyamorous.
see a lot too, and that feels like wish fulfillment. Honestly, I
It
don't know.
is. It
Where
so is
it's
wish
like,
fulfillment.
oh, but I wouldn't, but obviously.
It is. It's okay. To Love Ru is a special kind of harem anime because you don't watch it for the harm. You watch it purely because of the quote unquote plot. Uh,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's all I can really say other than there's a lot of girls. There's like almost like 50 girls in that series. I feel like.
I mean, you just gotta get mutual consent. You gotta make sure everyone's okay with everything.
Yeah. Like I can think of a couple anime that always try to suggest the why don't you choose multiple girls? And I don't know, it usually never actually ends that way, mainly because it's
Hmm.
just never
They, yeah.
it's a cop out. Like let's say for instance like another anime, Mabarahu. That's a really old horror from like early 2000s. I'm gonna spoil this because I think it's a bad anime. But the way that it ends is that literally, hmm, what? What do you say? Oh, you didn't mute me. Okay. The way that Mabarajo ends is literally by it's magic anime. So think of it like this: the way that it ends is they take the character and then just multiply him hundreds and hundreds of times so that everyone in the series can date him and fuck him essentially. That is the greatest cop out you can ever have in an anime right there.
Hmm.
Just be like, you know what? We're just gonna multiply him, and he can procreate with everyone now.
Uh, what a what a weird way
What a
to
way
do
to end!
that.
I will say, originality A plus. Everything else about it, it's too. It rips off too much of Harry Potter.
Harry
It's a
Potter.
very, it's a
Is
very
it
Harry
magic?
Potter esque. Yeah, it's magic.
I
It's
see.
like it's almost it's one to one Harry Potter, but if Harry was literally in a harem and he had like the most
I
superior genes to make the greatest mage ever created. And everyone wants his D because, well, they don't want his D, they want his genes, so that they can become more aristocratic for their children.
I
It's
see.
it's a it's a crazy anime. It goes on for too long. It's a cool in premise, goes on for too long, and yeah.
I see.
But yeah. uh,
I'm glad that the anime conversation turned into a big discussion.
if you talk to me about anime, I'll always be able to talk about something.
I mean, my guy. I didn't mean to gender that. I'm sorry.
Nah,
It's
no.
like I could talk for hours about this type of stuff.
What I plan on watching next, I should say at least, because I need to be able to like finish anime eventually. After Rent a Girlfriend, I'm still wondering if I should finish or start watching the new season of Higurashi. I really want to. But the only issue is I want to rewatch all of Higurashi before because I don't remember anything from before. So yeah. And then I'm also still wondering if I should watch Nagatoro, which I do want to watch it. It's just I don't know if I want to watch it right after Rent a Girlfriend.
I see. Wiz, what does that mean? Have y'all seen
Your
To Your
Eternity.
Eternity?
Yeah, it's an anime.
Oh, To Your Eternity. Is that an anime?
Yeah.
I thought that was a sentence. I was confused. Okay, I get it now. I have not seen that, obviously, because I
have
didn't
not
even
either.
recognize the name. It aired this season? Like the
Yeah, and it
the
aired
past
this season.
The one that is ending right now?
I think it actually just started. Wait, no, it's 21 episodes. Maybe not. No, I think I may have heard about this. I don't think I've actually
Hold on.
seen it though.
Let me look into this, because if it made Wiz cry, I love drama.
It's a fantasy anime. Yeah. It's coming out. Yeah, there's 15 episodes out right now.
I see.
That's
Is
kinda
it 2-core?
I think maybe. Because if it's still going, yeah, it's still going.
I see. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I knew that this anime was airing, but I didn't know anything about it, so I didn't watch it. Is it good? Apparently, Wiz says that it's really good.
I think from what I've seen of it, I think it's really good. I think I've seen like one clip of it, and I was like, damn, that's pretty cool.
Wow. I see that I missed a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, I did see it every single day. I was like, oh, I see that that's airing, but I didn't. Music is pretty alright. In the anime, you think the music is good? Why'd you stop talking?
What?
Oh, were you doing something?
No, I didn't know you were talking to me. I thought you were talking to Wiz.
I was talking to Wiz. I thought you were talking about something else.
No. I was just looking at it. Look it up.
Yeah. I also looked it up. It looks pretty good. I'll say that. I definitely want to check it out.
I'll see. I'm still like having to work on my other anime, but I probably should put it on my
Character development's where the show shines. Oh boy, you should have heard me wax philosophical about Odd Taxi earlier, because the characters are really well developed and interesting. If a show has like good character development, then I am down for it. The world building's kinda 7 out of 10. It's better than most fantasy. That's good. I watch a lot of fantasy anime, and I know that their world building is a little lackluster. So if it's better, then it'll be a pleasant surprise, you know? Can't go further down.
Yeah, you can't really go further down than like the most lackluster fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, holy crap! I sometimes I forget how much anime that I have to watch. I look at my the list of animes that I have to watch, I'm supposed to watch, and it's just like it keeps growing every day. It grows more and more, and I can't fix it.
Yeah, I do also have a backlog, and I'm not working too well on it. Also been really
Yeah.
into Tokyo. I have seen Tokyo Revengers. I thought that one was pretty good. Tokyo Revengers it's interesting, and it's not over yet. I thought it was only going to be 12 episodes, but I think it actually is a 2-core.
Ooh.
Tokyo Revengers is fun. It's just interesting. I like the way it's. I just like it, honestly. The main
Mhm.
characters are really interesting, and with the most recent revelation from episode 12, oh my god, I can't wait to see where it goes.
Mhm.
It's just, it's good. Time travel. Erased. Oh my gosh. Erased brings back so many memories, not only because it was amazing when it came out, but also because recently I've been rewatching it with a friend, and I've been like reliving how good it was, even back in 2016 when it came out. So
Do you want to
yeah,
hear a hot take by me?
what is your hot take?
I've actually never watched the anime for Race, but I watched the live action version.
Oh, the Netflix live action.
Yeah.
It wraps
I
up
thought
the
that was
ending.
pretty good.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys for telling me that, actually. Because the one thing about Erase that I always left a sour taste in my mouth was that the ending felt so weird and rushed.
Yeah, I heard that
So
too, which is the reason why I picked the live action
if the
version.
live action wraps up the ending better, I feel genuinely compelled to watch it for the sake of getting a better ending to such a good show. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That sounds like. Thank you guys for recommending me the live action. I'd love to see a good ending to Erased.
Yeah, and also just everything in the acting for the live action is pretty good. Like, what was it? The main character, he's kind of dull at first, but he gets really into it in the later sections. The mom,
Mm-hmm.
phenomenal actress, wonderful. So like, it's really good. It's really good. So
I'm
I
glad.
definitely recommend that.
I'm glad. I'll try to. It's on Netflix, so I can watch it like as soon as I get off stream. You want to talk about ending on a shit note? Let's talk second season of Steins Gate. All right.
Steins gets here, guys. Let's
All
fucking
right.
go.
All right.
Okay, guys. Hot take. I actually kind of enjoyed it, but I understand it's bad.
I kind of have to. I I have to admit to a sin.
Oh no! Don't say you actually really enjoyed it. Oh wait! Don't say you actually haven't watched it. Please don't say you haven't watched it.
I I'd like to preference this a tiny bit. I'd like to try to mitigate the damage from this.
Mhm.
I love anime, I really do. But when I hear that an anime is popular, for some reason, I don't even know why. It's not because I have some sort of weird superiority complex or anything. It's just when I hear that it is popular, it stops being interesting to me. So obviously, some very famous animes, I
Oh,
haven't seen them.
you haven't watched Steins Gate at
I
all?
haven't seen an episode of Steins Gate.
Oh my god!
If it's a super popular anime, then I just it's not even that I feel like I'm better because of it. It's just that I lose interest for some
Okay,
reason.
I agree with you in that sense. Like, this is why I haven't really watched Attack on Titan. I just have no interest in it, but it's also partial because of how popular it is. I just don't care about watching it.
I did watch the first season back when it was airing.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped watching after that just because I lost interest, and I'm glad I did because apparently it is Nazi propaganda?
Yeah,
Question
I mean,
mark.
yeah. I mean, what do you expect from like an ultra left, or ultra rightist nationalist like shit that they're talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, yeah,
I have actually seen Haruhi Suzumiya. That one I
I have
watched.
watched.
I
Yeah, I have
watched
watched
that
Haruhi.
one. I did watch that.
Wait, you watched the movie, right?
The Disappearance. I did
Yeah.
watch The Disappearance of Haruhi
Okay, okay.
Suzumiya. So
One of
yeah,
the
I've
greatest
seen
movies
that.
ever created.
Oh, it was so good. It was so atmospheric.
It's so good. It's
My
such a beautiful.
gosh.
It's a peak performance of what Kyoto Animation was really good at in 2010s. It's just wonderful.
Thank you for retracting your statement, Wiz. Even if there are a lot of very popular animes I haven't seen, I am not a fake weeb because I've seen Haruhi.
That is true. You understand the ideology of Haruhiism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, here's another take. Have you ever watched Lucky Star?
Remember what I said earlier about popular animes?
God dang, you haven't watched Lucky
I
Star
haven't
either?
seen Lucky Star.
The two gods of 2010 is Konata and Haruhi. You have to always respect those two as being the leaders of animation quality, both also from Kyoto Animation. So it's also really funny about that
The
too.
weird thing is too, I didn't actually lose interest in Lucky Star when I heard that it was popular. I did actually still want to watch it. It was on that list, that backlog list that I never got
Oh,
to.
I see. Yeah, I will say though, Lucky Star, you have to kind of be like, you have to be really into otaku culture to really get it though. That's like one of the main things that I have for people who watch it now is that like unless you understand like 2000s and 90s and 2000s like otaku referencing, you're not gonna get it. Like I
Yeah.
cannot recommend Lucky Star to today's generation of watching anime because they are not going to understand all of the references, or at least
Uh-huh.
most of the references. There's
Yeah.
so many.
I actually do kind of get what you mean because I heard someone talk about one of the jokes where I think it was. I mean, I don't know their names. I haven't seen the anime, but the main girl puts on a Haruhi costume and does a
Yeah,
Haruhi impression, and the joke
yeah,
is they have the same VA.
they do. And it's also it's because they also came out literally like a little bit before each other. Like if I remember correctly, Lucky Star came out in 2006, Haruhi came out in 2007 or 8.
Okay,
So they're really like close to each other, both in source material and in animation.
Wiz says I've been
They
sitting on
haven't,
the new episodes of ReZero and Cowboy Bebop. I
which
can.
is depressing.
I have
Fake
not
fan.
seen. I have not. I Staying
I'm kidding.
true to the statement that I said before, I have not seen Cowboy Bebop, but
What the hell is wrong with you guys?
shut
It came
up,
out in the
shut up.
90s.
Yeah, and it's also way too popular for its own good because apparently that's a weird thing
It's
about me is when I
it's
hear
so
something's
good
really
though.
popular, I just lose interest for some
It's
reason.
so good though.
I feel like I kind of get where it comes from a little bit. Hearing a show get hyped up so much, you actually start to feel like you could only be let down by it. You know what I mean? Where you come in
I
with
mean,
high
yeah, I
expectations.
get what you mean, but like the thing is with Cowboy Bebop is that it's both overrated. It's not over. It's both popular, but not like, but not for not known reasons.
Hmm.
It's popular because of how good it is.
Also, one thing I wanted to say about the new ReZero episodes, ReZero season 2, I assume you're talking about, is
Yeah,
I did watch that, and I really like it a lot. And
yeah,
so
it's really good.
the fact that you're holding on to it, Wiz, until like a rainy day when you really need something to cheer you up, I feel like it might be a good idea because it keeps the character building from the first season really well, but it also adds a lot of introspection into Subaru's character, and
Yeah,
that's
it's a
really fun
really
to see.
good.
That's
It's
really
really
fun
good.
to see.
I love season 2 of ReZero.
Hmm.
It was worth the like 5 year wait. Let's just say that.
Oh, Wiz has seen a chunk of the second season.
Yeah.
One thing I liked when it came out was the redo of season 1. That what was it?
Oh yeah, the remake. Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
where they made
director's cut.
hour-long episodes. Yeah, it was a
Director's
director's
cut.
cut.
Yeah. Such a
Dude.
good version. Oh my! Okay. I watched that version because it adds so much more to everything because it makes everything connected.
Hmm.
Because the original series kind of goes everywhere in a way. It kind of goes. It's not bad like the original. It's not bad. It's just it's very made to be episodic. But the director's cut is very much meant to be like watched all in one go. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Wiz says, "Have you seen Jujutsu Kaisen?" I can actually
No.
say, I can say, I have started watching Jujutsu Kaisen. I've seen 4 episodes of it. Not to spoil anything, but like I think it's around episode 4 that like the big major thing happens, and that's where I am. I haven't started the episode after that, so I don't know what they do with like him.
I've been recommended it so many times at this point. I'm starting to feel that feeling that Parea's feeling with watching really popular animes that I'm just like crap. I don't really want to watch it.
I have seen a little bit of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm interested in Jujutsu Kaisen. It feels really interesting. From the first couple of
Mhm.
episodes, I mean, like just like the last thing that I saw, I don't even remember exactly what episode. I think it was at the end of episode 4. To do that takes a lot of balls as like an anime maker. The only other anime I've seen do that, I think, is JoJo. It's good. It's not my favorite shonen, but I appreciate that it has a fresh aesthetic. Okay, I'm interested. I've seen a couple episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen, and I can say that I'm interested in continuing with it.
I I will say though, I will before watching Jujutsu Kaisen, I will have to at least watch Demon Slayer.
Oh, when it
I
comes to
haven't
Demon
watched
Slayer,
it yet. I
when it
haven't
co-
watched it yet, and I
when it-
wanted to.
when it comes to Demon Slayer, I definitely it's kind of like Jujutsu Kaisen in that way, where neither of the animes I watched while they were coming out, but
Mhm.
after the fact, someone else convinced me to watch them. And so with Demon
Yeah.
Slayer, I'm 6 episodes in, and with Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm like 4 episodes in. And it was the same exact person that convinced me to watch both.
Yeah, I've heard they're very similar in like
I'm
ways
watching.
that they
I'm
are.
watching both of them basically. You know, yeah, like I'm at the very beginning of both of them, but I am actually watching them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I definitely want to at least watch Demon Slayer, and then after that probably Jujutsu Kaisen. But again, when the hell do I get time to do it?
yeah,
Uh,
it's
I
hard.
need to. I
It's
need
hard.
to. I need to be able to manage my schedule better. But oh well, what can you do?
I really like how Black Clover ended. I have not seen even a little bit of Black Clover.
All I know is that I don't like it because from what I've, or not from what I've heard, but from what I've seen of it, it's just main character screams. The anime.
Isn't that
And I'm
every
like,
anime? Every single shonen
I mean,
anime?
I will say though, I don't necessarily like the shonen genre that much.
Is anyone ever gonna scream harder than Goku screamed it when he went what Super Saiyan 3?
Yeah. It gets an acquired taste, yeah, I definitely would say so. It's just I'm not used. Okay, I will say this. I also haven't watched Dragon Ball, but I get it's memes. But I don't watch Dragon Ball.
I don't watch Dragon Ball though either. The only reason I know any of the memes of Dragon Ball is because I have a friend who does watch Dragon Ball, and they're always talking to me about it. Because they're like, do you know that Dragon Ball is actually a meme anime? And then they explain to me what it is.
So you're saying that the manga is the true source material and that the anime is just made to be a meme? Crazy.
I mean, like, the very second that my friend told me about Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, I was like, what the fuck even is that?
Yeah,
If you want a really good shonen without screaming, check out True Cooking Master.
Okay, another hot take about it. I don't really like cooking shows that much.
Oh my god.
I don't.
Unbased,
I don't know.
actually.
I know it's unbased. I know it's so unbased. I'm very much aware that is a very hot take to take because a lot of people really like cooking shows.
Shokugeki no Soma. That's a fun one.
Okay. I've been most of my friends have watched that and they love it, but I also I don't know. I just haven't been able to do it.
Food Wars is trash food.
Food Wars is trash food. That is true, but it's also something I probably find more interest in too. You know what? To get on myself on this, I'm going to say another hot take. I don't like sports anime, but I like certain sports anime. I really like.
I know exactly what you mean by that. I also do not like sports animes, but I like some sports animes. There was a sports anime that came out recently called Sayonara Watashi no Grama, which
I feel like I know that.
I really did actually kind of like that one, especially when I watched the movie, which came out late because of COVID, I think. The movie came out after it was like supposed to air, but I liked the series watching it on its own with no movie, and then I watched the movie, and it both kind of added and subtracted a little bit from the series, but it did way more adding. The reason it subtracted is because there's a lesson that the main character learns in the movie, which is a prequel, that they forget by the time they get to the main series. Like, they just they forgot.
Anime continuity.
Yeah.
Gotta love that anime continuity.
It is fun, though. It's good.
I'm
It
gonna.
ended just the other day. What were you gonna say?
I'm gonna show one of my favorite sports anime, and people may say it's not sports anime, but I believe it is. Sangatsu no Lion, great anime,
Oh my God. Oh.
masterpiece.
Oh,
I don't
do not
care if
even
people
begin.
don't think
You want to know
that
my biggest
what
regret in
what.
life? The fact that I watched the entirety of Sangatsu no Lion, the first season, but
Mhm.
I've only seen the first episode of the second one. Because
Oh my, it's
it's on
so
that
good. It's
list.
so
It's
good.
on
It's
that
so
list
good.
of
It's
animes
so
I'm
good.
supposed to
It's so
watch.
good. It's
It is
so
on
good.
the list of animes I'm supposed to watch but haven't done yet. I I I love Sangatsu no Lion so much that I'm surprised I am still sitting on the second season.
It's like I don't know how to like not say it. It's like on masterpiece level because like it genuinely is. It is one of Shaft's like recent animes that just blow out everything that they've like done in the last like 10 years. And I say that being a fan of a lot of Shaft anime.
Not
Oh my
to
god.
not to detract from your point, but Wiz said my biggest anime regret is watching One Piece. Now it's a part of my life forever.
What do you mean? It is your life now. Your entire life is One Piece because it takes one life sitting to get through everything.
I
uh,
definitely I felt that way about Bleach because Bleach when I first
yeah.
binged it was 300 episodes, 350 episodes I think. I think that ironically enough, Bleach ended 10 episodes after I dropped it. Like I was like, Bleach is too long. I'm not watching the rest of this, and then the rest of it was 10 episodes.
After watching a lot of Bleach, I literally said I'm not gonna watch any anime that's longer than like 200 episodes. I
I
can't.
I
I
refuse.
can't.
I refuse to
I
watch any
refuse.
anime that
If
has
you go
more
on
than
that
like
long,
4 seasons.
if you go on that long, okay, like there's my cutoff usually is like 64 because I think like things like Full Alchemist are worthy of the long length, but things that go on for that long, I just lose interest at that point. Like I will say like there's some anime that are like about 100 episodes that I still haven't finished, but I want to, but purely because I think it's a good series, not because it's 100 episodes long.
Yeah. There are definitely animes that I would like watch even like over like 64 episodes of.
Mm-hmm.
Shokugeki no Soma had 5 seasons, but I think 2 of them were 12 episodes long, but the other 3 were 24 episodes long. However, I would watch it again. I just like I mean, it was described as trash food earlier, but like it's the type of trash food.
No, no, no. Food Wars is trash food. Shokugeki no
Wiz,
Soma's fun.
even if it's not good, it made me happy. I won't say that it's like good. I definitely I've seen better anime.
What about Gundam shows? Those have long runs. I don't watch Gundam shows. The only quote unquote Gundam shows that I've watched, which I don't think people even consider Gundam shows, are Evangelion and Darling in the Franxx.
I've got to
And
say,
yeah.
I really, really do not like mechas. Like to the
Oh,
point where I like specifically dislike mechas. But I have seen Eva, and there are some mechas that I've really liked. But they're
mm-hmm.
usually like really like obscure mechas. I won't even say obscure so much as not popular.
Mm-hmm.
What's Wiz saying? Food Wars is his English name, not even Iron
Yeah,
Blood.
yeah, 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 yeah. I was gonna
Opens.
type in that chat. I literally just my brain shut off for a moment when I realized, wait a second, Food Wars and Shokugeki, they are the same thing. Why did my
Yeah.
mind just forget that those are the same thing?
Listen,
That's my bad. That is so
Wiz,
much my bad.
you say Food Wars is bad, and I'm not gonna tell you that it's good, but it makes me happy, and that's all I need to know.
Exactly. I think it's again, animes are not good because they are necessarily objectively good all the time, but because they
Hmm.
are subjectively good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
People gain value out of the anime that they watch,
Food
and
Wars
that's
is
fine.
okay. I enjoy it too, but the show is bad. Listen, there's one thing that you cannot diss Food Wars about, and it's the fact that in its last season, it had the fucking gall, the balls, to have an old man pull a gun on someone over food. No, I'm not gonna elaborate further because it would be too much of a spoiler. But fuck, like that, it seems so funny in retrospect.
Mm-hmm.
It made no sense when it happened. It felt like completely out of left field. I don't even know how to describe it except that they did it, and I'm not even sure that it made any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about mechas, and oh shit, circling back to time travel shows. Have you seen Punchline? I have not seen Punchline.
No, I know of it though. I know little bits.
I actually don't know about it. That might be a
tiny
problem.
bit. The literal minutest amount. I was gonna mention another quote unquote time travel thing, but it's not really time travel. Which was what's it called? It's Tiny Galaxy. You guys ever watched Tiny Galaxy?
Wiz, the save was not successful. To forget that was a time travel show. That was the twist. Okay, I guess I'm spoiled.
Well, there you go. We've lost it.
That's like,
Rest in peace,
oh
guys.
boy, I was about to do a joking spoiler, but I guess doing even a joking spoiler is a bad thing
Hey guys,
to do.
I'm gonna spoil everything about JoJo. It's all time travel. There you go.
I mean, arguably.
Kinda. And if you
There's
really want to
an
go,
argument there. There's an argument there.
if you want to say that different dimensions mean time travel, then yeah.
Well, technically, they also used time to get. I won't get too far.
Again, it's a stupid argument. It's a
especially
stupid
because
argument, but it's funny.
It hasn't aired yet, so.
Yeah, we can't say Part 6 spoilers,
Mhm.
mainly because I have actually watched it or read it, but also at the same time, don't want to spoil people who may watch this.
Dude, JoJo's great.
JoJo is great.
I should probably finish reading Part 8. I got all the way up to an arc where they were in a hospital, and then for some reason I stopped reading. Unless you pretend to understand King Crimson. Oh boy.
Yeah, guys,
How does King Crimson work? I don't know.
This all comes back down to Heiya being the most powerful stand. Because people consistently think it's based on luck, but it's not. It's because of precognition.
Is this now an X-Fort stream?
Yes.
Was it
I have not heard that name in so long. Holy crap.
And ignore the time that happened. Yeah, okay, so what happens is you take time and you get rid of the time, but then the things that happened in the time happened, but they didn't actually happen. So like,
can we just call it precognition? It's just better because it gets it less confusing.
Here's the thing. Precognition is what Epitaph does, but King Crimson deletes time and then also makes the things that happened in that time happen, but not to him.
King Crimson is ultimately the least powerful stand because no one understands how the power works.
Listening to people talk about King Crimson is like listening to someone on acid. You listen, we all shit on King Crimson. We all shit on King Crimson. What the fuck was up with Golden Experience Requiem?
Well, no, because Requiem makes sense because it's literally meant to be. Requiem is meant to be what the stand user needs at that moment.
Yes, but what does it do? What does it do? Because I can tell you what I think it does.
It just is, I don't know, fucking permadeath.
Okay, so I'll give you my explanation, what I think it does, based on my analysis. I think it has to do with, like, spawn conditions. So basically, everyone has
spawn killing.
Everyone has a 0 point. In the manga, they refer to it as returning to 0, but like a 0 point is basically the origin of your existence. I guess the origin of your like soul or something. Golden Experience Requiem has the ability to return things to their 0 point, but it can also set a 0 point, like a save state. And so what it does is if it punches you, it makes your 0 point the moment that you die, and then it constantly returns you to that moment.
Yeah, I guess. My way of thinking of Requiem is more or less just the idea that it counters exactly what King Crimson
If
does.
it punches you, whoops you into ReZero. Exactly, exactly.
You go into ReZero without being able to fix it. Without being able to fix it
Golden
at all.
Experience Requiem shows up with like a stretcher and says you're going to ReZero.
You're going to ReZero and you cannot fix it. You are stuck in this loop forever.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what else? We were talking about mechas, but then we got all time for suffering. There are like I oppose mechas conceptually, but I also like some mechas. You know, I've seen Evangelion, and I would rewatch. I haven't seen the what is it, the
The
rebuild series?
rebuilds, it's
Yeah,
okay, they're completely different.
I see. Yeah, but I've seen End of Eva, and I've seen the original Evangelion.
And consistently hurts me every time someone says Evangelion.
Hmm.
But okay.
The only other mecha. Well, I've seen other mechas. I've also
Attack on Titan's meat mecha. That's true.
arguably, yeah, you're right, dude. This reminds me of a discussion I had the other day with a friend where we were arguing about what counts as a mech, and like
Oh,
apparently,
true.
if there was to be an alignment chart, I would be a mech rebel because I'm willing to call anything that looks vaguely metal and is piloted by someone uh, using non-muscular parts a mech.
So
Cells
this
at
just
Work is
means that
also a mech. I
Cells at
can
Work is
see
also a
that.
mech. What does also make anyone who drives a car, it's a mecha anime automatically.
If you exist within something bigger than you, and it looks kind of like a suit of armor, and you control it, but not with your own muscles, then it's a mech.
Being in real life, existing in real life is a mecha anime.
Like think about it like this: a suit of armor, like a knight's armor, is halfway to a mech. All you have to do to make it clothes are a mech. That's what I was saying. A suit of armor, like a knight's medieval suit of armor, is halfway to being a mech. All
Okay,
you have to do is add mechanical parts that move the arms instead of your arms moving the arms, and now you have a mech.
I'm doing Transformers logic and saying that the world is a mech, therefore we live in a mech.
Dude, the Earth is a mech that we're all
We live it.
piloting.
Mm-hmm. We're all really
What?
bad at piloting though.
Whoa. These fucking weed thoughts are getting to me.
The deeper questions all come together.
But yeah, I've only seen a handful of mechas, and I've only liked like a few. Flat Earth, nah. Transformer Earth,
Transformers are yeah, exactly. We live in Cybertron.
yeah. But like the only other mecha that I can think of that I've seen is one called Granbellum that I really liked. I don't even know if it was not Code Geass.
Oh, Code Geass.
Granbellum, I, I think it's one of the best animes I've watched. It's everything that I could ever want out of an anime. It's a psychological drama, and it's also got a star cast of cute girls. So it's
Well,
everything that I
there
like.
you go. I will add that also to my list because you already said cute girls. Gotta put it on.
Dude, it goes. I don't want to say like it's deep, but it asks some weird questions that I like. Speaking of dramas, have you seen 91 Days? No. I heard of it, and I know that it's apparently good. I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it either, unfortunately.
So yeah. Just like
Um,
I just talking about mechas, I had fun with it. That's good. Apparently, I mean, I've heard a little bit about it before, so it might be worth investigating, like looking into.
hmm.
I don't know.
Trying to think of anything else we can really mention about anime.
I'm a little
like
bit
right
caught
now.
up. It doesn't have to be about anime. You have to
Oh
remember,
yeah,
I have talking points, and
yeah.
I
You
only
can
brought up
if you
anime
if you
because
wanna
that was felt like something we could chat about.
if you wanna go into another topic, then you're
Okay.
the host.
So
If you want to continue talking about anime, that's what
I
you want to do.
I mean we will definitely. I feel like we could definitely keep talking about anime.
We definitely could, but also it's also been like an. We've been talking about anime for an hour. Holy crap, that's
We
scary.
have been talking about anime for an hour. All I had to do was mention one anime, and we talked about
And
anime
I
for an
got
hour.
off, and that's where I go off.
I mean, we're VTubers. Of course we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I
This is how
mean,
it works.
as I have stated before, I identify as anime. My existence is anime, even though I'm a genetic mutation of cells and stuff like that. I am by definition anime.
Wiz said,
So I've,
Wiz said
yeah,
that 91 Days is a mob drama with Italian Americans, and
kind of cool.
that that is something that intrigues me because of the fact that I tend to not be the type of person that likes American live action movies that are very long and usually have a very like tough subject, which is why mob movies for the longest time were like the antithesis of what I would watch. But a friend of
Mhm.
mine actually sat me down and got me to watch The Irishman, which is like a mob
Mhm.
drama, and I liked that a lot. And so now I'm in a kind of mindset where hearing that 91 Days is a mob drama with Italian Americans. If you told me that a month ago, I would have told you that's not for me. I'm not interested. Now, I've seen The Irishman. I actually have some interest in mob dramas. I feel like I might watch 91 Days, like legitimately.
That'd be cool.
So, yeah, I'll keep it in mind. Here, let me write that down. You keep
Yeah,
talking
you said.
while I write
Yeah,
that
make
down.
me talk. Okay,
I'm gonna
so
force
one
you to
thing.
talk.
Nice. I was gonna mention something about an anime that I'm pretty sure everyone here may have watched, but if the audience hasn't, please go watch Michiko and Hatchin. It's been a while since I've watched it. It's a wonderful, wonderful anime. It's like imagine Latin American culture and anime. It's a wonderful mix. Beautiful.
Mm.
Durarara. I have not watched Durarara. I've heard so many good things about it though.
I have
So
seen Do Da Da Da, and I absolutely adore it. I specifically, I like the. It's been so long since I've seen Do Da Da Da, so forgive me if I forget some of the names. I like the storyline that involves Kelty and also the other part of Kelty. Those are two storylines that just like they jump out to me as being really interesting. And
mhm.
I hear a lot of people say that the main storyline with the like high schoolers isn't that interesting, but it held my attention, and I do think the twist at the end was pretty fun. Like I mean, like I feel like a lot of people have seen Da Da Da, but I still will avoid like spoiling.
Yeah, I feel like there should be like a if it's newer than like 20 years, probably shouldn't say anything about it right now.
Yeah, I mean, Da 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 really is old, but it's not like.
Yeah, I think it's like 2000 early. I think it's before 2010, but like pretty close around there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll talk about 90s animes. Oof, I'll spoil
Oh
those
boy.
things. Those are free reign. I mean that's like Evangelion and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Evangelion. Guys, it causes mental strain. It causes mental trauma. Just like be aware of that. I still think about it from time to time, and I go, "Oh,
I
fucking
took it with a
man."
chin up. I took it with a chin up, and I was just like, you know what? What a take! What a
Oh
hot take!
boy. Oh boy.
I enjoyed the take. It was kind of funny just to imagine a world that only applies Freudian psychology. Huh? Crazy.
Wiz says talk about Trigun. I know nothing about Trigun,
I know nothing
but
about
what you
Trigun.
just said reminded me of that one anime where the main character had a gun for a head. What was it fucking called? Give me a sec, cause
A gun
it
for
had
a
two
head?
seasons. I think it had two seasons. No
Trigun
Guns
was great.
Life.
I'm pretty sure
It's
that.
called No Guns Life. Dude, No Guns Life was fun. It was a gritty. I know the anime you're talking about. No Guns Life is so fun. It's like this gritty cyberpunk detective drama. It's just fun. I enjoyed it, but immediately forgot about it afterwards. I understand. It's one of those
Damn.
animes that you do forget about, but it was fun to watch. It's fun to watch, and you will not remember it afterwards. It's one of those. Dorohedoro was similar, or however it's spelled.
I'm trying to think of what it would be. Unfortunately, I've not watched that many 90s anime to really spoil about things, but I don't know, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
What
actually,
else?
I don't. For the vast majority of animes that I watch, I know when they were made because I watched them while they were airing. But for the animes that I didn't, I legitimately do not know when they were made, and I've never really put in
Really?
enough. I've never put in enough effort to like recognize which styles are more apparent. It's more, I guess, based upon the like quality of the film. You know what I mean?
See, I understand that, but remember, I'm also like 1 year old, so like I've only
Yeah.
seen like I've only consumed so much like during the time, so I just have to catch up to like about 70 years of like anime production.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not gonna watch all the 70 anime, I'm not gonna be able to
Yeah.
do that, but I have to classify it under like this came out in the 2000s, came out like early 2000s, came out during like the boom of like moe genre and stuff like that, moe art style. This came out after Sword Art Online, so it has this kind of take compared to like the whole isekai stuff. Like if I watch an isekai before Sword Art Online, it's very much like I won't say it was less generic because it's more original than like everything trying to copy Sword Art Online afterwards. So like that kind of stuff is like that kind of thing. So that kind of stuff, that's the way I kind of like think about like categories anime and like where they came out and how they are perceived at during that time and how I perceive it or how it's currently perceived.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
But yeah.
Yeah, I watch a lot of isekai, which is weird because I used to think of isekai the same way I actually currently think of mechas, where like I watched Sword Art Online and then I was like isekai is just not a good genre, and I didn't watch a lot of them for a very long time. But then
Mm-hmm.
I watched a couple that were fun. And nowadays, I watch bad and good isekais, and then I call them out for being either bad or good.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't pride myself on saying that I just watch isekais. I just watch anime, and I may pride myself of like saying, oh man, I watch romantic comedy animes because that's mostly what I watch. I don't really focus on like action necessarily or like anything like that. I like the cuteness and the that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of cuteness, have you seen Super Cub? Super Cub is
Super
another.
Cup. I feel like
Super
I've heard
Cub
of it.
is another anime that just ended. It's kind of a glorified commercial for motorcycles.
Oh, I've heard of that then. Yeah.
It's so good. Like even for a glorified commercial for Super Cubs, it is
Yeah, now I know. I
so
saw this
wholesome.
before.
It's so wholesome. It's like,
literally just
oh
like
my
how
gosh.
do you literally like sell motorcycles? Put cute anime girls on it, and there you go. There you go.
Dude.
That's how you get your stuff.
Dude, it's so good. I really love it.
Yeah, this
I
is just
really
reminding me
love
of
it.
like what? No, oh no, I'm thinking of like another really cute anime, but it has nothing to do with like the advertisements of it. But what was it called? It was the zombie idol anime.
Oh,
What
you
was it
mean
called?
Zombieland Saga, right?
Yeah, Zombie Let's Say. I watched the
The
first
second
season.
season
Love it.
just came
I
out.
haven't. I
The
know. I
second
want to
season is
watch it. I
over.
want to watch it. I want to watch it.
Okay.
I really want to watch it.
I'm not going
It's
to spoil the second season to you. I'm just going to say it goes different places. It
that's
stays
fine.
the same in a sort of like heart sense. Its soul never really changes, but it goes to different places.
I mean, I think that's good because I don't necessarily watch idol animes. So like, I would like it to be like kind of going in different places, so that it's not just idol anime with like cute zombie girls and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I
It's
would like that kind of stuff too.
it's the second season is pretty good. The ending um the ending was really great, and then there's an after credit scene which I have not been able to mentally figure out what it meant. No spoilers because it's the last scene of the anime, but fuck, after credit scene on the last episode makes no sense to me. I don't know
It's
why they
just
put it in.
it's just there to make a third season, isn't it? Or just
Oh,
to
definitely, definitely, definitely. That's what it's
it's either
there for.
there. It's either there to hype a third season or to boost sales for the manga.
Yeah, no, I
That's
definitely.
only what they do that for.
I feel like it was definitely season bait. That's the reason they put it in, is they were like, give us a third season.
I'm always down for season bait. I'll always take another season of an anime.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah.
So I always will support that kind of stuff. Like, you know what? Give me more. Just show me what could happen, please.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just I didn't mean to interrupt you. I only just remembered that Bofuri got a second season. It hasn't aired yet.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know. I when is the second season of Bofuri gonna come out? I want to see the second season of Bofuri.
Let me look. I don't know. Look on the Wikipedia page. It doesn't say. Nice.
The second season was confirmed, I think.
Oh, it's set to premiere in 2022.
Oh, okay. 2022?
Good. Yeah, the Google
Okay,
thing,
okay.
the Wikipedia page says a second season has been announced and is set to premiere in 2022.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Dude,
Gonna wait another year.
my favorite thing in the last episode of an anime is when they announce their second season. Because, like, sometimes they get a little creative with it. I feel like I remember Bofuri, the way that they did it, if I remember this correctly, was they just showed the Bofuri logo, which has a shield in it. And then they duplicated the shield, and so it said to buy.
So
Yeah, it was funny. It
see,
was funny.
you know what's sad about modern anime, and this is gonna probably kind of lead into like the anime industry, is that like shows aren't guaranteed new seasons at this point. It's so rare for a show to be guaranteed another season if it does
Yeah.
well. Like there's only a few animes I can think about right now that are like, yeah, of course it's gonna get another season. Like let's say Kaguya-sama. It's obviously gonna continue to get new seasons because it's so popular.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like
Oh,
another
yeah.
anime that's not that popular just will not get another season.
I know what you mean.
It's like it's just so sad. Like one of my like favorite like series that I wish got another season, and this is gonna show like what kind of anime is that like not genre but like the time frame of like animes I like. I wish there was a third season of Spice and Wolf. Why was there never made a third season of Spice and Wolf? I want to learn more about medieval economics. Give me more medieval economics. Why do I have to read the light novels to continue it? It's so sad, and it was so popular, and yet it never got another season.
I know.
It's sad.
Like, there's a lot of animes that are very popular that don't get second season. Or like a good example is Konosuba, where it got a first and second season, and then no third season. They came out with movies or a movie, but like that's the most recent thing is a movie. No
Well,
third season.
I thought it was because Konosuba's like anime was meant to be like more jokey than the source material and meant to like supply like announcements for the series, the light novel series.
Well, everyone that I know that watches Konosuba is constantly whining about how it. I mean, I watched Konosuba, and I also thought it was funny, and I thought that might be worth having a third season. But I hear everyone talking about it, where they're like,
"Yeah, I mean,
please,
why not? I mean,
Konosuba."
it's Konosuba's popular. It's just that I feel like it's a conflict of interest maybe for the creators because from what I've heard about it, the Konosuba anime and the light novels are very, very different.
Yeah,
and that's kind
I've
of the
heard that
point.
too.
Is that the anime is more or less made to boost sales for the light novels.
If you think about it, with like a comedy anime like that, retelling jokes is not funny the second time around. It's like, oh yeah, I remember when they told that joke in the light novel. Wasn't that funny the first time around?
Exactly. It's that kind of like, I mean, if I remember correctly, Konosuba is like light novel. It's a comedy, but it's not as a comedy as the anime is.
Yeah.
It's a lot more serious, and that's why it's like, more or less meant to be more of like a supplement to like the light novel
Mhm.
series.
The
So
reas-
maybe that's why they're not making another season, because they just don't have anything to really talk about.
the reason why people have been talking about it recently is because when you look at Isekai Quartet, the like short form
Oh
anime,
yeah.
of
Mhm.
all of the Isekai Quartet animes from the first season, not from the second season, because they added Shield Hero in the second season.
Mhm.
But of all of the first season Isekai Quartet animes, each and every single one of them has a new thing.
Mhm.
ReZero got a second season. Uh, Overlord got a fourth season.
Yeah.
Yojo Senkai got a second season, but there was nothing announced for Konosuba.
Damn, that's depressing. Maybe it was something for the light novels. Maybe I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't really pay attention to the light novel series too much unless it's like something that I really like. So like I can't sit down and read light novels a lot of the time. Too many words. I like picture books.
Yeah,
Mangas
I get
are
what
where
you
it's
mean.
at. But I will sit down and read certain light novels. Like I have read Spice and Wolf, the light novels, and so yeah. So there's some, but not many.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
My mouth is
Um.
freaking out. I might actually fix that. My mouth started freaking out. Stop.
Just recalibrate it.
Stop. That fix it? That did
I
fix
don't
it.
know. I'm waiting to see it
Okay.
be updated.
Sorry. All right. Could you talk for a second?
Yep. I talked for a second. Oh, you actually want me to talk about this? Oh, crap. Um, hey guys, let me talk about the new movie that's gonna come out, Madoka Magica, like the fourth movie.
Jesus.
Can we talk about what?
Jesus. I'm
What?
sorry. I'm ordering food. I need you to talk for like 2 minutes.
Okay, guys. Wiz, I know you're in chat. If you guys want to talk, if you want to say anything or don't want to talk about anything, you can do that. I just want to go talk about how hyped I am for the fourth Madoka movie. It is hype. Also, the second season for Maggie Records coming out. If you have not watched or if you have not played the game Maggie Record, um, I mean, you don't really. You just watch the first season, you'll get it. But yeah, second season's gonna come out for Maggie Record. I'm very hyped about that.
Oh my god.
Uh,
You're talking
mm,
about Maggie, Magi Record?
yeah, Maggie Record. Yeah,
Oh my.
I,
Dude,
I'm,
dude. I cannot
I'm
tell
hyped.
you how much I love that anime. The first
Okay.
season made me want to live again. That's just how fun I had with the first season of
So wait.
Magi
Then
Record.
what's your view on Madoka then? If it did that much to you, how
The
much do you like Madoka?
The original Madoka Magica? Madoka
Yeah.
Magica was a really good anime. I liked it a
Yeah.
lot. I thought it was extremely interesting and extremely
Yeah.
The reason I like Magi Records so much is because of the fact that it's a lot nicer to its characters.
Yeah.
It's a lot
That's
nicer
true.
to them.
Okay, so my view of Maggie Record is a bit, I wouldn't say jaded. I say it's different than most people because I played the mobile game. So I
You
had
did?
knowledge of all of this stuff before the anime came out. I already know the ending of the series because I already was able to play through the game. Before they closed down the servers. I hate Aniplex so much. Everyone go out and tab to Aniplex that you hate them and wish that they
Oh
never
no,
looked
no,
like
no,
shit
no.
in the US. But
Jesus, I know we're small streamers, but come on, you can't send
I know,
hate to a
I know.
company.
Screw 80plex, they're a terrible company. But anyway, I've already played the game. I really liked the story for Maggie Record. They changed a lot of it because of continuity issues. Because obviously for Maggie Record, if it's a video game, they have to kind of change it for the anime because you're not as a protagonist. Because like the person who's playing the game in the game is you, but you're a but obviously in the anime, Iroha is the protagonist, so it all gets focused onto her mostly. So that's kind of different too. The story is slightly different, but they're effectively the same thing. It's really enjoyable. I really like Maggie Record. I think it's a great story. I really hope that they do an amazing job for the second season. I do not doubt that they are going to do a great job for the second season because I mean they did a pretty decent job for the first season. It ended halfway through the series. I'd say throughout for the game. All they gotta do is just end it, end it well. Make it enjoyable. There's a lot of stuff that's gonna happen in it too, so it's gonna be good.
I mean, the first season made me feel so good. I don't know. I love animes that like do that. Like I love dramas. Weirdly enough, dramas make me feel good. There's actually
Yeah.
this funny thing that happens genuinely. If something happens to a character that could actually be bad, like not good for the character, but it increases the dramatic tension of a show, I'll actually like smile like a fucking madman. It's hilarious.
It
Where
just all comes back to me liking Clannad.
I'll see someone I'll see someone get like assaulted or something, and it's like horrible. I mean physically assaulted. I don't want to like bring too much but like because they got hit, you know, they got like hurt. But like I'm like, oh, this is juicy. This is gonna lead to some like
Drama.
And I, like
Ooh.
I feel bad sometimes when one of my favorite characters, someone I love as a character, is being hurt, and I'm like smiling like an idiot and being like, this is so juicy.
This
I
is
f- I
me
feel
just
like-
watching. This is just me watching Madoka Magica and rooting for Horima. Wait, no, Homer. Yeah. For rooting for Homer because it's like literally the entire show is just her having to fight the entire world.
I mean, I just
yeah.
that's a thing that I always feel bad when I do it, but it happens so often where something bad will happen and I'll be like, this is so fun. And that's how I feel about dramas. I love drama. I love seeing drama play out. And so watching Magi Record, which is pretty philosophical, pretty dramatic, I just ooh juicy, ooh nice. I loved it. And like when the second season, when I saw that it was airing next season, right, in summer, I just-
Yes, it's coming out in July. Yeah.
it made me so happy. I was like, oh like my birthday's in July, so that's like a birthday present to me, is that anime getting a second season. I'm so happy.
I mean, I will say though, as much as I love Maggie Records second season, I'm so much more hyped for the fourth movie. I'm so much more hyped for for a sequel to Rebellion. I just want a sequel. Give me more. I want to see the conflict that's gonna happen between Madoka and Homura. I just want to see it because they just have two conflicting ideologies, and I want to see how they're gonna animate that and fight that. And I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna come out like, what was it? I don't think it's next year, is it? I don't think it's coming out next. I think it's coming out the year afterwards or something.
I actually don't know when it's coming out.
It's coming out soon, I think, but like a while. But I'm so hyped for it. I just want it. It sounds so good.
I know exactly what you mean.
I'm trying to think of like anything else I'm hyped for.
Yeah.
I can't really think of that much else I'm hyped for other than like Madoka Magic. I really wanna see that.
I mean, I'm thinking about like I looked through recently. 'Cause I sometimes every once in a while I'll be like, okay, what's airing next season, and I like actually check it out. I'm one of those people that I like to like get surprised. So it's only every once in a while where I'll actually like be like, okay, I'm gonna check out what's gonna come on next season. But I did it for next season, for summer season. And I saw a bunch of things. The first thing that really struck me, and I was like, I need to see this now, was Magi Record. But one thing that I am hyped for, we talked about it a little bit earlier, is the fact that Tokyo Revengers is actually a long form, and it's going to get more than 12 episodes. Because I like that story was so fun. I was sad that it was going to end. And now that I know that they're going to take it further, they're going to go higher, I just like, that makes me happy.
That is good. I mean, I was like, I knew that like that's like kind of the feeling of me watching ReZero second season because I knew that there's gonna be more, but like I watched the first part of it and I'm like, oh my god. I was like, I really want to see what the second half of the second season was gonna be, and I went as far as to literally start reading the light novel, or not the web novel, because I wanted to know what the hell was. And I admit, even though like it's kind of spoilery in a way, because I kind of knew what was gonna happen a little bit, like the first couple episodes. I did not expect how much they'd fill up the first episode. So like, I literally just watched the first episode while reading the web novel, like the first couple chapters of like what's coming afterwards, and I was like, oh my god, this was going to be amazing, and it was so good. The second cohort to ReZero second season is amazing. It is
Dude.
so wonderfully done.
I could not express to you in words how the first season of ReZero made me feel. It was so genuinely. You want to know something horrible? I had the chance to watch ReZero concurrently while it was airing, which is a thing I love to do. That's why I watch seasonal anime so much. Is I love watching something episodically once every week. It's great for me, and I like that more than binging personally. So I had a chance to do that with ReZero. But when I first looked at ReZero and saw that the first episode was an hour long and that it was an isekai, because this was before I was into isekais, I was like, no chance it's good. About ReZero.
I mean, you should have just known by it being animated by White Fox. It's gonna be good. They always do great animes.
But like watching it, when I actually watched ReZero, I was like, this is so much better than I could have ever imagined. Maybe I should be happy that I missed out on it at first. I feel like I'm more emotionally mature as a person than I was back in 2016, I think, when it aired.
I definitely can understand that.
I was better receptive to the messages than I would have been then.
Yeah. Because I remember when I first watched it, it was, I don't know, I didn't think it was bad by any chance, but it was kind of just like, it's mostly just like waifu wars to me if I just look at it at face value, because people are just like, oh man, what, Amelia or kind of thing. And then afterwards, I'm just like, you know what, I kind of like the story. Like, I guess I was watching the...
Can I be honest with you? Completely and totally honest. When I first watched ReZero, my favorite character, the standout character, and the character that I fell in love with was fucking Subaru.
Really? Of all characters, just Subaru?
I mean, I was like Rem, where I saw so much good in him. Like, if you look at Rem's journey, you could probably approximate mine. Except I never hated him as much as Rem did, but I did like him as much as Rem did. So like, if you go from like neutral to absolute adoration, that's how I felt about Subaru, and it mirrors Rem's journey, except a little bit less severe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can get that. The only thing is, I think Subaru's a really good character, but I don't think he's a non-flawed character. I think he's heavily flawed still.
Oh my gosh! In the
first season, Subaru, you genuinely just want to beat the shit out of him again.
Oh, no.
It's the same.
I liked the first season. It's exactly like Kazuya, where when he made mistakes, I was like, oh, this is good because they're like calling him out on it. I feel like with Kazuya, they're worse about it. They don't call him out more than they should.
For ReZero, they call it out. That's what's good about it.
Amelia
they really call his
Oh my god, Amelia
faults.
fucking yelled at him when he did something so shitty to her. She actually was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, fuck you, you don't get it. I'm so cool, actually.
You don't get it. I'm a protagonist.
And then she went, we can't be together anymore. That got me. I was like, fuck yeah. You tell him.
Finally.
He can't say shit like that.
Imagine being able to defeat a protagonist's privilege. Let's go.
That's Amelia's strength. She was able to stare Subaru in the face and be like, you are all messed up. It'd be better if we were not together right now. She didn't even say that she didn't want to see him ever again. She just said, I can't be with you right now.
Yeah.
And
it's really good.
Yeah.
It's I feel like they needed to do a little bit more, maybe. Well, no, because they did a lot in the first half of the second season, but like the second half of the second season, it feels a little bit more like, I don't know, that one part in the second season. This is kind of spoilery in a way, but like the point, you know what I mean by like when they are together and they're like yelling at each other. I feel like that needed to go on a little bit more, mainly because I feel like Subaru's still kind of a dum-dum. But I feel like he's growing as a character still.
Here's the thing. Season 2 did a really good job of like the lesson that Amelia tried to teach him. He began work on it, but wasn't completely done internalizing it by the end of the first season. But the second season, when all of the witches literally force him to contend with the fact that he is a good person and he deserves love. That was a huge moment. Where it was
Yeah,
like,
I will.
Subaru, you don't love yourself enough.
Yeah, it's insane. Like that was a good part. That I feel like the witches are just amazing. They make the second season.
Yeah.
Echidna is amazing.
I see
All of the
while I was
witches are so
gone.
good.
I see while I was gone, Fluffy popped in and then said, "I'm here for 3 seconds."
That was like
How was
that
the
was like
3 seconds?
that was like 2 minutes ago.
I
While
see.
we were talking about stuff. I'm talking to chat because I was paying attention to it.
That's
But since we're ranting about stuff, I didn't want to disrupt chat and be like, or
Yeah.
disrupt the talking, and be like, hey guys, someone in chat's going. That's not really that good of like conversation flow. But yeah, MeZero, good. I was gonna say something that I completely forgot. Oh yeah, I was gonna mention the only thing I'm kind of hyped for too is that there's gonna be you mentioned before like there's Isekai Quartet. I don't really watch Isekai Quartets. I get the appeal for them. They're like additional information and a lot of like Easter eggs and stuff like that are really cool, which is cool. But I don't really watch it. One thing that is coming out though is that Key Visual Arts is doing their own anime for that, for all their visual novels.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really that I'm hyped for. That I kind of want to
see.
see because it's like the same kind of style where it's like the all chibi stuff, but like it's like not really read tongues, but like kind of like the Isekai Quartet kind of thing, at least from what I could tell of like being able to like reference like stuff from the anime slash visual novels and be able to do like Easter eggs and stuff like that. Maybe things that they weren't able to do when they were doing the anime. And I'm like, damn, that sounds like a great idea. I'm very hyped about that. But that's coming
Yeah.
out like another
Yeah,
year or so.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Oh boy.
Yep.
This turned into an anime stream so quickly. I have like
It really has.
I had news articles pulled up and I was like, if we ever run out of things to talk about, I'll bring up this news article. Boy howdy, we just really have a lot to say about anime though.
I know, it's crazy. This is always what I kept telling that we need to do podcasts and stuff like that. But like,
Yeah.
the only issue is that podcasts can only go so long as for as much content we can talk about.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Listen, if we had an anime podcast, I guess it would be full of fucking content because we can fill.
It would be,
We can.
but we'd
fill-
also it would be, but at the same time we'd also be one of the bad guys because we just become Anitube.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my god.
I don't want to associate myself to Anitube, so I
mean,
refuse to
part
ever.
Part
do
of
this in its
Team
only
Saho's
anime.
goal. Part of Team Saho's goal was specifically to show that like VTubing and anime in general are not like a rightist thing necessarily.
Well, I don't think Anitube's necessarily right. It's just there's a lot of people who have really they're so heavily opinionated over things to the point where they take it too far and make it their entire career. That's
Yeah, I know.
just a bad thing to do. Like I don't know. I've seen enough of Anitube where they essentially go the next mile to like try to like self-define everything to how they see things, which in a way can be rightist. I can definitely agree with that. That there are definitely that kind of things about that. But it's not even just necessarily political things that are going on, but it's other things that go on, and it's just like, holy shit, it's a fucking anime.
Yeah.
It's fucking
yeah.
it's Japanese cartoons, man.
I know exactly.
Like you don't have
what
to
you're talking
to
about.
go to your ends of the earth to like do that kind of like but then they go like, oh, but it's my career. First of all, why are you making a career out of this entire thing? Like, you know, have fun with it. Don't make it as a painful thing to do. Like, I don't know. It also gets to the same point of like the reasons why I also dislike what do you call the whole what's it called? What we literally were talking about before, weren't we? The whole
Oh boy.
the things that leftists do.
The things that
The-
leftists do.
the-
What do you
the
mean
banter.
by that?
Fuck, how do I forget the fucking word?
Thank you
The
for a good
people who
time.
rant.
Glad to see you, native
Norwegian. Thank you.
I
so happy.
assume you're going, but I'm glad you dropped in.
Yes, we very much appreciate anyone who who watches this train wreck of us talking about anime. For
No, it's not a
hours.
train wreck.
It's
We
not a
did.
train wreck.
Listen, if
We
you
did
came
wonderful.
here, if you came here for anime discussion, you sure as hell got it.
You got it. Screw political discussions. We got anime down though.
I did actually have like things I wanted to talk about that were political, but fuck, we had anime to talk about.
It's too much of our roots. We can't distinguish ourselves from our anime roots.
I mean, we're literally anime characters. How could we ever?
Exactly.
How could we ever?
Debate bros. Debate bros. That's what I'm fucking trying to say. Jesus Christ.
Oh, debate bros. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Debate bros.
Like, debate bros is literally the cancer to the left. That is Anitube to anime.
I know exactly what you mean. Where like
it is.
Everything
It
has
is so
to be
bad.
a fucking argument.
Everything has to be an argument. It's the reason why I dislike it.
That better be
Yeah.
fucking ironic.
I love debate bros. Oh good god, we're not debate broing here, but
Okay.
we'll debate about debate. No, I'm kidding. Oh yeah, I mean sure. That's I mean watching. When we're saying debate bros, we're specifically talking about certain people who actively do it for content. That like in a negative sense, that they ruin the entire thing. If you just have anime discussions and like talk about things, then that's cool. If you just talk about things politely and respectfully, and that's I mean look at what we're doing right now. It's not like we're shitting on each other's tastes, at least unironically, we aren't shitting on each other's tastes, but to the point where we literally are like killing each other. Nah, mate, that's not my tea.
Native Norwegian specifically calls out Vosh and Destiny and says that they watch Vosh and Destiny, but they don't necessarily agree with them. And
I mean, yeah, that's fair, I guess. I mean, I used to watch Vosh and Destiny argue for tons, but at the same time, I was like, bro, this is just made for make content, and it's just annoying.
like I have very specific issues with like, especially when we're talking about Vosh and Destiny. I don't know much about Destiny specifically, but I do know about Vosh, and it's just like, it's there's so many things wrong with the debate bro format in my mind. I can't even get into just like all the things I dislike about it. And honestly, I kind of don't even want to talk about it, but I feel like it is important to talk about it.
But yeah, Native Norwegian's completely right. Debate bros is literally blood sports. You are not
and that's
attempting
a problem.
to.
That's not
Yeah,
good.
it's not good. It hurts the community as a whole most of the time.
It always like they always have to be right is one of the big issues where they like if you bring up a legitimate point, it doesn't matter if it's not their preconceived idea, then you're wrong automatically.
Yeah.
And that makes me so fucking pissed. I've seen Vosh defend some legitimately disgusting points simply because he thought them beforehand, and then went, "Oh, thanks for the follow, Native Norwegian. That. Thank you so much."
Thank you, Native Norwegian.
I'm not trying to call you out.
It.
Yeah, don't take this as me like calling you out or being angry at you.
No, we're not calling out. We're literally just talking about
You said the word Vosh and I saw red.
Again, it's prayer. We're doing it. We're doing what we said we were gonna do. We're not doing debate bros. Blood sports.
No. I'll try not to go off too much on a tangent, but let it be known that the debate bro format has legitimate issues. It undermines the left in a lot of ways, and it leads to bad fucking ideas spreading, I think.
It just spreads bad faith. That's it ultimately. It just spreads bad faith arguments and bad faith people who constantly try to talk about things that are annoying. You're a big Vosh fan, but you're okay for being hated for it. I mean, at least you're okay with it. His beard, I mean, I don't know, I haven't watched Vosh in a while, so I can't really say if his beard's gone any better. But oh well. We can agree to disagree, I guess. that is your tastes, and that is ultimately what you enjoy for content. So that's what I gotta say. But yeah, Pareo. What was the thing we were talking about? Wait. What were we talking about before?
I don't know what we were talking about before.
I don't remember either.
I was looking over the news articles that I had prepared.
Are they things that I would know about, or are they just random things that I?
They really are just random things I found, but some of them
Okay.
are interesting. You
I
want to
mean,
start
if
off
you
with
want to talk,
you want to start off with
yeah,
one that's not really political. It's just funny.
sure.
Just because we just had a pretty heated discussion, so
Heated moments about
I
debate
thought
bros.
maybe we should cool off effectively. Just try to
Sure.
calm down. But
Sure.
what it's here. So here it is. New York Times. Um, a recent DNA test on Subway sandwiches found that in the LA area there was no tuna DNA in their tuna sandwich. Now, for liability reasons, I will say that in the Queens area, they did the same test and they found that there was trace amounts of tuna DNA in the tuna sandwiches in Queens. So that proves really just that there's a variety when it comes to the tuna that comes from Subway. Part of it, they think, part of it they think is that it's overly processed, not necessarily that it's not tuna. They don't think it's like great goop or gray goop.
So,
Sorry, gray
so
goop.
you're saying that it's so processed that it literally ruins the DNA composition of the food?
Yes, one of two things is true of Subway sandwiches. Either some of their locations have food that is so processed that it is not even recognizable as tuna, or Subway in some areas does not serve tuna, but they call it tuna.
God, that's so. This just brings me back to the fact that the restaurant industry sucks.
Yeah, it really does. There's
It's
all
a
sorts of
terrible
issues.
business.
I know
I mean, not
exactly
even
what
to
you're
get into
talking
things
about.
about like, not even to like talk about how it is bad capitalistically. Just the business itself though is just how can we how can we put the least amount of effort into everything and to get paid for it by doing it essentially. Like that is genuinely what the restaurant industry is, and it's such a I don't know. It's not like in the sense of like how do we be like less efficient. It's just how do we be like just do the least amount of things we can do before we can get like called out by like the FDA or something like that. Like it's just what the hell? Why do we like there's so many things to it. There's so many weird things to it. And it's hard to even talk about it in that kind of sense because it's a lot of the time it's you know restaurant by restaurant, you know, management by management. Some managements are really anal about that kind of stuff where they really want, you know, utmost cleanliness and stuff like that, or like utmost quality. But others are just that's second nature. We just need to make the customers pay more money. So I don't Subway. I mean, they don't necessarily have the greatest track record for everything. So I definitely can assume that there's either something
Yeah.
going on behind,
I think
or maybe I don't know.
there have been lawsuits in the past. There have been lawsuits about this tuna sandwich at Subway before. Yeah, and there's also apparently well, this doesn't really matter. Maybe it matters to some people. Apparently, there's too much sugar in Subway bread, so that in I think Scottish courts, it's legally considered a cake, not bread, because
That's
of
funny.
how much sugar is in there.
That's
And so
funny.
yeah, there've been
I
all
like
sorts
that.
of there've been all sorts of lawsuits with Subway,
Only an
and
American brand can sell something as a sandwich, but it being a cake.
well, technically, it's only defined as a cake in
Mm.
Scotland,
I
but
know,
but
but still,
that's
the
a lot of
premise is that
sugar.
the premise is that the sandwich is a cake. The
Yeah,
ultimate premise.
yeah.
It's so funny. That
You want me to
I
you want me to read some of the lines from the article?
sure, shoot them at me.
Canned tuna is high in protein, low in fat, and by far the most popular shelf-stable seafood. It can also be mysterious, questionable, and scandalous. Uh,
What?
the world's
I
largest sandwich chain is currently facing a clash. Oh, this isn't the article that I saw before. This is a different article that's talking about the lawsuit. But there
Oh.
was a separate article that talked about a DNA test. This is talking about the tuna lawsuit, but
Oh.
I read a separate article that was about how they found literally recently that it doesn't have the DNA of tuna.
What I'm wondering though is that maybe it's because they're different using a different type of tuna, because there's more than one type of tuna. I think most people know this, is that like the tuna
It could be.
fish that like people eat is not necessarily the same. Like there's a different kind of like there's different types of tuna essentially. There's different qualities of tuna. There's different kinds of things. So that might be partially it. But again, I don't see the research in front of me, so I can't even definitively say whether or not that's true or not.
I mean, when I
So yeah.
read the article, it seemed like they did a couple of tests. I can't say this for certain. I think they did tests on multiple different types of tuna. So
Okay.
like, you know, what's the deal with that? Like, what
I
if
don't
they
know.
test for multiple different types of tuna DNA, multiple different types of commercially viable, commercially available, cheap tunas, and they don't find the DNA, then it's either that it's so processed that DNA got destroyed, or there's no tuna. And that's just a thing about Subway. Okay.
That is funny. I'm just happy that I don't ever buy tuna sandwiches from there. I only get meatball marineros.
I don't get tuna sandwiches either from Subway.
Yeah. What a funny thing. I wonder, is that popular in other subways, or maybe it's just the areas that they researched.
There have been all sorts of like class action lawsuits against fast food chains for all sorts of food management
Oh
issues.
yeah, I mean there's a lot that can be said about fast food industries and how it's disgusting what they can do. But like I don't know, it's I always say if you eat fast food, use at your own discretion. I say that as someone who also eats
Yeah.
fast food.
Yeah.
Genuinely, you eat it at your own discretion. There's no one
mean,
telling you have to eat it.
Fast food has all sorts of capitalistic issues, but then beyond
Oh
that, it's
yeah,
just not food sometimes. Or at
every
least
co- every
poorly
business
managed
has
food.
capitalistic issues, but fast food industry definitely does have that thing. It's again the how least amount of value. What kind of work can we do that's the least amount to make the most amount of profit as possible without even thinking about the customer usually, or the quality of the food that the customer gets, is just the disgusting things that they can do.
Yeah.
But
I mean, whenever listen, I don't want to throw any shade, but I'll throw fucking shade at like restaurant chains and
oh yeah.
like fucking capitalist businesses. Whenever me and my friends get fucking Taco Bell, there's at least there's at least a 1 in 5 chance that we are going to get like a foodborne illness from it. It's just like,
Yeah.
and like, fuck, dude, you know. McDonald's too, specifically, weirdly enough, the fries can sometimes give us fucking illnesses, and I think it's probably
Really?
because they don't sanitize their hands before handling the fries is probably the issue. Because I don't think that there's
Maybe.
anything else that could get into the fries other than
Yeah,
that.
because literally fries are just potatoes. You can eat a raw potato. There's nothing like wrong with a raw potato. It's just starch.
So like
It's literally a seed.
when fries get you sick, it's probably because something made it in there after it was fried that wasn't supposed to be. And that means that the only person or the only thing that handles fries after they're done frying is the container they're held in and human well in
Interaction.
McDonald's specifically though, they do use a plastic scoop. Those are areas where it could be contaminated. If you get any sickness on that plastic scoop or in the paper things, then that'll get onto the fries.
Yeah. I will say though, it could also be bad batter. You know, they could just have a really bad containment with their fryer,
Yeah.
which could be a thing too.
Did you hear about the that one, what was it? Ice cream machines at McDonald's. The reason they suck ass is because of planned obsolescence by the fucking, or not planned obsolescence. What it is it's hyper bureaucracy that was specifically designed by the ice cream maker manufacturers. Like
Not surprised.
the people
Absolutely
that
not
make the
surprised.
machine, the people that make the machine want it to break down. They don't want it to break down. They want it to be impossible to fix.
So okay, you know what this? I was gonna say this is like cell phones, but no. This is exactly like iPhones. This is
Mhm.
iPhone technology right here, where if your phone breaks, you can't fix it because literally it's made to be unfixable. You have to get a new phone, or you have to get it serviced by Apple.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That is literally how they do it. So I get what you mean. It's so I hate that. I hate it so much. It's one of my least favorite things about like current methods of selling things like technology and stuff like that
Mhm.
because it is purely planned obsolescence, and it is one of the most like I don't know. It's there's so many issues with it. One, it's hyper capitalistic. It very much devalues the seller or devalues the buyer while also just making every product that they make crappy because it's not meant to be like used for long, so it's just thrown thrown away, and it also causes environmental issues when you do that. And there's just so many roundabout issues that make this so much more worse than it really is.
Mhm.
So screw screw tech companies. There you go. Go to your local tech company and raid them. I don't know.
Mhm.
Go to your local Verizon and break a window. I don't know. I say this as a joke, unless. Do it in
Unless.
Do
Always
it in
do it
Minecraft.
unless.
Unless in Minecraft.
Do not do anything bad to companies unless
Unless in Minecraft.
in Minecraft.
Just in Minecraft. In
Yes.
your Minecraft servers.
The
Make sure.
FBI knows about that now. What was it? There was like a leaked document or something.
We went. This is posted in our
Yeah,
Discord
yeah,
before.
yeah. Just fucking. Oh my god.
It's so funny.
In
It gets me every
Minecraft.
time. In Minecraft is just such a great phrase. It's just
It really is. It
it's
really
such
is.
next it's gonna be in Roblox, I bet you.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And the sad thing is that it's not even untrue because I wouldn't be surprised if there's games in Roblox that are literally just being anarchist. Would not be
Mhm.
surprised. Uh
Yeah. So okay. So the thing about specifically ice cream machines at McDonald's is that they actually work fine, but
mhm.
their error codes are designed to be non-human readable. So you don't know when it gives you an error code whether the machine has stopped working or if it needs to do a cleaning cycle or if it didn't heat the ice cream cool the ice cream down cool enough and it needs to be run a second time. You don't know any of that because it'll spit out a code and no one knows how to read that code, and the manuals are specifically designed so that they do not contain that information. And the reason they design it this way is that the company that makes the machines also hires mechanics that work on the machines. And so they give every single McDonald's location a little number and they say if you ever find that your ice cream machine isn't working properly, just call us and we'll send you a fee of $80 plus.
Imagine doing a capitalism on a capitalistic business.
Mm-hmm.
How ironic.
That's the McDonald's constantly gets screwed over. There have been attempts by managers to actually fix the situation, but each of them have been called out and then immediately attempted to like end by the company that makes the machines. They're like, you shouldn't be doing that. We're gonna make that illegal now. We're gonna fucking lobby Congress so you can't fucking do that. You're not
Mhm.
allowed to do anything that doesn't require us to have more of your money.
Mhm. Ah, God, that's just plus one on reasons why this system is even more flawed than than
Mm-hmm.
you really think it is. That's ironically funny, but also at the same time really sad. Like
Yeah.
it's funny for the business in the sense that like imagine the business itself getting screwed over by a capitalist system that they support, but also I mean, I don't know. Is it really that depressing for the consumer? Because realistically, they're still, supporting an exploited system. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Make your own ice cream. That's what I gotta say. If you really want ice cream that badly, make it yourself. But
The
or
music is
just go.
buffering. I can hear it in the background.
The music is buffering. Are you
What the
kidding
fuck?
me?
It's on YouTube, so we got it from.
What? Fucking get a better internet service provider. I don't know.
Damn. Here, I'll turn the quality down because it doesn't need to be fucking high.
I mean, the bitrate's only changed that by a little.
Oh my gosh. She looks like a fucking 16-bit character.
Just how I like them. 16 bits. 16
It's still buffering.
pixels. Your internet's bad, apparently.
Okay, this is actually okay. I just got food from McDonald's, and if we wrap up this discussion about McDonald's, this stream has been going for 2 hours, 11 minutes now, so I feel satisfied to get off.
So here's the ending question though. Here's the ending paramount issue that we have to assess, Perea.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get an icy from McDonald's?
I did not get I did not get any ice cream, because
Okay.
I did not get any ice cream from McDonald's. I have a friend who always gets ice cream from McDonald's. We actually haven't run into too many issues with that, weirdly enough.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe our fucking McDonald's is cheating the system. They're like, fuck
maybe.
that. We're putting in the software that they said was illegal. We're doing it anyway.
Nice. Well, I guess that's it. I think we've have we said everything? Have we? Oh wait, we should probably talk about planned stuff. What we plan on doing. Do you have any plans on what you want to be doing?
I don't really have major plans so much as I just wanted in my debut stream, I said I don't know what my schedule is. My life is hectic right now, and that was an important thing for me to say because I haven't been streaming for a whole week, and it's because my grandma had a funeral where she died. She whole ass died, and I had to deal with that for a while. So
yeah.
I didn't even update my Twitter because I forgot I had one, and so yeah, I feel sorry about that.
It's okay.
But
the update, things happen.
The update to that was effectively that I feel like I have a schedule now. Now that I've worked through that, and I feel like I can do probably Tuesday and Thursday streams, at the least. I'll probably stream on other days, but on an off week, I'll still stream on Tuesday and Thursday, I think.
Well, that's good because I don't stream those days, so I can always be able to support you on that. What else is there? I guess I could say, do you have anything else you want to say, for announcements? Do you have any planned stream that you have? You have anything you want to announce?
This was my only planned stream for recent. So,
nice.
I think my next stream's probably just gonna be playing. You know what? I'm gonna say that Fluffy has been playing a lot of children's games recently, and I've noticed that they're actually kind of easy to talk over. We have had
because you don't have to think about much about it.
we have had issues in the past where we've had issues finding stuff to talk about. Not this stream, apparently. We could just go off about fucking anime for all time. But on other streams we've had that issue. So I feel like the next thing I stream will either be the Saho server or some type of story game, just so I have something to talk about, So
yep.
Look out for either modded Minecraft or a children's game. It doesn't have to be. I might do a visual novel because those are all story,
Yeah. What do you have an idea for anything like that?
A visual novel?
Yeah. Do you have any ideas for what games? Okay. Because I've thought about doing that too, but I keep worrying about the issue of the creators of the game being annoyed by me streaming their game, because the whole point of a visual novel is to experience it yourself. But
yeah, there's one game that I haven't played, but I feel like I'd love to play, and that is Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, I haven't actually played it either. So,
I
so
I
yeah,
I love that game, even though I've never played it. So it might be fun to play it for the first time on stream.
that would be cool.
I don't currently own it. I'll see if I can
I
acquire it.
Yeah, I know there's a couple things you have to. It's a bit of a weird game to stream, but I think it'd be really cool to do it.
Especially because sometimes you have to manipulate files.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know how you'd be able to record. You'd have to record your desktop,
I have
might be in.
I have a desktop
Yeah.
capture.
Okay.
Just gonna flash
Just-
it on screen.
Because you're
There
gonna
we go.
because
For
you're
a
gonna
second.
need to be able to manipulate some game files at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. I mean, I think anything really would add to what you're doing right now. Hopefully you don't have to do anything that you did with Cities Skylines where you just failed at that. But I don't know. Maybe you hopefully.
Okay.
we'll-
So I'm gonna defend myself. Actually, I am not good at City Skylines, but I'm not that bad. It's just that I was really nervous.
I
so
know. But at the same time, holy crap! What a funny
that was
goddamn
hard.
debut.
I wasn't thinking. I like you saw. I put the city down without putting in sewer systems at all, or putting down more than one windmill, and I ended up losing all of my money.
Yep. You went too fast, and you thought this is fine. Wonderful. I guess.
I was just saying.
Continue.
I was thinking pretty sly at the end there when I decided that the best course of action when a city isn't going too well is to find the poor neighborhood and delete it. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
still-
That.
Just saying that out loud made me feel bad about my actions.
Yep.
I-
Wonderful concept, though. I can't
Yeah.
wait till it gets put into
You
a
know
highlight
what?
reel that I have to create eventually.
And Kat Perea is dead. I've killed her. Cause goddamn, that was too much.
That was good though. That was content that I ate. That was top 8 quality from a leftist streamer that I'd.
Speaking
That
of
I
that
watched.
stream, it's on my YouTube. It's titled.
Oh, it is.
Yes, I put the VOD up on my YouTube.
Oh yeah. Okay. I was wondering if you did a highlight reel of it yet.
No, I should probably do a highlight reel. There are a good couple clips of it, and I could definitely
Yeah.
come up with some clips that I found funny within it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's possible for me to put up a highlight reel, but the VOD is currently up and listed as ANCAP RP quickly turns into crimes against humanity.
That's great. Okay, let me say exactly what I got planned. So I've got a stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. EDT, 2 p.m. EDT for you. And then there's other things. There's other times that I can't consistently remember. I think it's like 12 p.m. PDT. It's somewhere on my Twitter if you want to go look at exactly. I'll be continuing my playthrough of Getting Over It. I am growing more and more distasteful of the game, so
I
I'm getting more and more mad.
I think the last 2 streams have been you in the exact same area, not being
It's
able
bad.
to get over it.
It's so bad. Like I genuinely have realized that I need to have like practice mode for like an hour before I play it because it's so bad that I'm just not. I spend like an hour trying to remember what the hell how to play this game, and it ruins the stream in a way.
That is a fate I would not wish on my worst enemies.
It's so annoying, but I still want to beat the game. I really want to persevere in it. I don't want to give up on it, mainly because it's partially my debut game, and at the same time I feel like it shows a lot about a flawed character if you give up on a game that quickly. But I want to beat it. I believe I can. After that though, I'm not gonna be able to be streaming anytime in the weekend. There's things going on for me, so I can't be able to do that. I will be continuing my streams next week, sometime probably like on Wednesday.
Okay.
So,
Well,
it'll probably be Super Mario 64. Yep,
Everyone
I
that's watching.
yep. Everyone who's watching the VOD specifically.
Yeah,
We're
definitely
looking at
VOD.
you guys. I think that's it. I think we've talked about everything.
Yeah,
At least right now.
I'm gonna eat my food before it gets cold. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's McDonald's food. That thing is made to be literally eaten within 2 seconds, or
Yup,
else it's bad.
and it gets bad real quick, especially the
Yeah.
fries. So
Yep.
that was a stream, everybody. Come back next time. We might do this again, honestly, especially because
Maybe.
of the fact that we only talked about anime this stream. We might talk about something else next time. Although
Maybe,
we'll
who
probably still
knows?
talk about anime.
Yeah, or something about like VTubing related, which I kind of wanted to go
I'd
into,
actually love to
but
talk to
I
you
was
about
like,
VTubing.
yeah, I feel like we can do the same thing about anime that we can talk about for VTubers, especially with what's going on right now with the VTuber community and how much of it is in disarray because of the graduations going on.
Yeah. I only know about the Coco graduation. Is there something else
Oh,
going on?
Lulu's graduating. Mm-hmm.
Is that from Niji-san, or is that a Hollow
Yeah,
member that
Niji-sanji.
Okay, I see.
Niji-sanji.
I don't know anything
It's-
about Niji-san.
I don't know much, but I used to watch Lulu, and it really saddens me too. So it's a lot.
Two major companies losing talent in the same time frame.
I know.
Yeah, I can see why the community's melting down.
It's crazy. Luckily, there's no drama behind Lulu's stuff, though. Thank God.
Oh yeah. I mean, Coco stuff isn't supposed to be drama either. They're making up drama.
It's just made into drama.
They're
but I mean, what can you do?
manufacturing the drama. Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Reddit for ruining the VTubing community.
Shout out to Reddit for ruining everything.
That too.
Thank you guys for finding a way to ruin literally everything.
Thank you for ruining the internet. Also 4chan too. We can't discredit other image.
4chan.
We can't discredit other image boards. All image boards are created terribly.
Thank you, 4chan, for weirdly always digging up fart tapes from random VTubers. I don't know why you guys do that with your free time, but it's gross and you should stop.
Antis do be antying.
All right.
All right. Let's stop talking.
End of stream.
We've done it. We did it. Okay. I hope. Bye. Hope everyone has a wonderful night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.